Hi everyone, welcome to Revati Charan's Born to Learn channel. In this session, we would be learning the grammar topic, subject, verb and agreement. In order to make it very easy, I have prepared the slides for 13 rules which will help you in all the occasions to answer for the questions from subject, verb and agreement. Here we go with the rules. Rule number 1, subject plural verb. So if the subject is plural, the verb must not contain yes in it. For example, birds fly. Birds is a plural subject. If the subject is plural, the verb must not contain yes in it. Birds fly. Subject. If the subject is singular, the verb must contain yes in it. So see the example now. Bird flies. The subject is singular, so we have added yes in the verb. Bird flies. Rule number 2. The manager and CEO of the company is coming. So look at the subject now. Here the subject is the manager and CEO. Okay. You may think the subject is in plural form. But the thing is, here the subject is in singular form. Look at the article, the manager. The manager and CEO. There is no presence of the article in front of the subject CEO. So this simply means that both the manager and CEO of the company is the same person. One person have two different roles. He is the manager and he is the CEO. So this is a singular subject. In that case, we have to use only the singular verb. Now look at the second example. The manager and the CEO of the company are coming. So there is a presence of the article. There is a presence of an article in front of the position, the manager and the CEO. Here it represents the two different persons. So the subject is in plural form. In this case, we have to use the plural verb. Rule number 3. If we use any words like anyone, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, in this case, we have to use only the singular verb. For example, anyone is interested in doing this job? Everyone is ready here. Everybody is allowed to attend the class. Someone is willing to join the dance competition. Somebody is there. So, in all these examples, what we have done is that we have used only the singular verb. Rule number 4. Either or cases. You all know that if there is a presence of either in a sentence, the sentence must contain also the word called or. For example, either Ram or Raja is present. Okay, it is either Ram or Raja is present. Only Ram or only Raja. Only one person can be present in this place. So the subject is singular. We have to use only the singular verb. Rule number 5. Either Ram or his friends are coming. Why we have used the plural verb here but not the singular verb? Okay, in this or case, in either or case, if both the subjects are in a singular form, we can use the singular verb. Okay, or else if two subjects are connected by a connector or, in that case we have to focus only on the subject which is before the verb. Now in the first sentence, look at the subject which is before the verb. His friends. So the subject before the verb is in plural form. So we have to give the verb in a plural form. Look at the second sentence now. Either candies or biscuit is here. Look at the subject before the verb. Biscuit. Biscuit is in singular form. So we have to use the verb in a singular form. Rule number 6. If we use any words like in addition to, together with, accompanied by, we have to apply this rule. I have given an example here. Raja together with his friend is coming. Here the subject is Raja. Why we are considering Raja as a subject but not Raja together with his friend? Why? Because When we use some words like in addition to, together with, and accompanied by, the particular part of the subject will be considered, the particular part of the sentence will be considered as an additional part of the sentence. So we need not bother about the additional part of the sentence. In that case, we have to focus only on the subject, main subject. So the main subject here is Raja. Raja is the singular subject. So we have to use only the singular verb. We should not focus on the additional part of the subject. Instead, we must focus only on the main subject. The main subject here is Raja. It is a singular subject, so we have to use the singular verb. Rule number 7. When you use to say the number of and a number of, you have to concentrate on the verb, whether you are using a singular verb or a plural verb. The first one, if you use the article the number of students is there. The number of student is there. Okay, when you use the number of, you have to use only the singular verb. When you use a number of students, you have to use a plural verb. Rule number 8. Collective nouns. You all know what is called as collective nouns. The first one is jury. Let me give you an example for collective nouns. The first one is jury. Jury is nothing but a number of judges, they will be together called as the jury. And crowd, the number of peoples, they will be together called as the crowd. Here, look at the example now. The first example, jury selects Sita as the winner. Here we are applying the rule number 1 in it. So look at the first word of the sentence, jury. Jury means number of judges. So we have made a plural subject into a singular subject. How? We have used the collective noun of the number of judges. So here jury is the singular subject. So if the subject is singular, we have to add s in the verb. That's what we have done here. Jury selects Sita as winner. Now look at the second example. The jury have difference of opinion in selecting the winner. Okay, now look at the sentence. Look at the subject now. The jury. It's in a singular form. But we have used the plural verb. Why? Because look at the remaining part of the sentence. Difference of opinion in selecting the winner. This simply means that they have many opinions. Many opinions simply means that the sentence is in plural form. So we have to use only the plural verb. Okay, the next one. Rule number 9. Scissors, pants. So in this case, you have to use only the plural verb. Scissors are there. Pants are there. So if the question is like a pair of scissors dash there. In that case, you have to use yes. A pair of scissors is there. Okay. So here, kindly concentrate. Scissors are there. Pants are there. But in the second rule, we have given us a pair of scissors. A pair of scissors. In that case, if you add a pair of in a sentence, you have to use only the singular verb. Because in this, you are considering the pair. Okay, you are considering the pair. So you have to use only the singular verb. Next, rule number 10. So you might think that the subject with S can be called as the plural subject. No, definitely not. Okay. So now look at this particular words. News, mathematics, physics. There is the presence of S in these words, but this will not be considered as a plural subject. Instead, this is a singular subject. So in this case, we have to use only the singular verb. News is interesting. Mathematics is an easy subject. Physics is hard to learn. In this case, you have to use only the singular verb. Rule number 11. If we use some words like with as well as together with, if the presence of all the sentences are there, or if the presence of any of these words are there in the sentence, what you have to do? You have to focus only on the first noun, that is the first subject. Kindly note this down. If the presence of words like with as well as together with in a sentence, you have to focus only on the first noun. You have to analyze whether the first subject is in plural form or in singular form. If the subject is given in plural form, the verb must be plural. If the subject is given in singular form, the verb must be singular. So look at the example now. The king with his ministers is coming. So if we look at the subject like the king with his ministers, the subject will be in plural form. But the main rule number 11 is that we have to focus only on the first subject. So which is the first subject in this sentence? The king. The king is actually a singular subject. So we must use only the singular verb. The king with his ministers is coming. That is the correct sentence. Rule number 12. Two nouns qualified by each and every, though connected by and, use a singular verb. If two nouns are connected with each other using the connector and, in that case we have to use only the singular verb. Each and every man has his own way. Okay, here you can see that two nouns are connected by the connector and. So you have to use only the singular verb. Rule number 13. The word means and pains take a plural verb. Means here represents the salary, so it must be in plural. Pains. Pains cannot be portrayed in a singular form. It is a plural form. So, if the presence of a words like means and pains in a sentence, we have to use only the plural verb. Look at the example now. My means were so meager that I found it very difficult to manage the expenditure. My means here represents a salary. My salary were so meager. Meager is nothing but too small in amount. I am getting very low salary. That I found it very difficult to manage the expenditure. As my salary is too low, I found it very difficult to manage my expenditure. That is the meaning of this sentence. So, if the presence of means and pains in a sentence, we have to use only the plural verb. Here you can see that in this slide the answer is in the plural verb. My means were. So that's all about the 13 rules. Hope everyone understood this video. This is actually the first part of the rules for subject verb and agreement. The second part is about to be continued. We'll see in the next session. I hope everyone understood this concept. If you like this video, kindly subscribe, like, and press the bell icon nearby. Thank you.